Hey everybody, it's your girl DJ with Plan for Keeps podcast, and today I have a special guest, Grandeur Boss. How you doing?
Hey baby, how are you?
Good, I'm good. I'm glad you came for Dating Chronicles. Well, came back. You were here December 2021. That was an awesome episode. So if you guys want to check that episode out as well after you hear this one, check it out because that one was super hilarious. Dating Chronicles, you give a crazy, funny, or lesson learned dating story. Are you ready?
I'm damn ready.
You ready?
Yeah, I'm always ready.
Well, before we get into all of that, how are you?
I'm doing well. I'm blessed. I'm favored. I'm good.
You good?
How are you, baby?
Yeah, I'm all right. It's pollen kicking my ass, but I'm,
Same here.
Yeah,
but we're gonna get through.
Yeah, see, so we gonna be good. Yeah. Okay, so you are here for Dating Chronicles.
Yes.
Where you give a funny, crazy, or life lesson dating story. What do you have for us today?
Probably a little bit of both.
Mm-hmm.
I got a funny one, but I got a lesson learned out of it.
Okay, let's talk about it.
Let's talk about it. Where do we start?
Okay, you tell me. This is on you.
So, me and my home guy, one day, we were in the city, right? We were just doing our little thing, doing our little ones and twos. And then, I had met this guy at the Underground. It's about maybe 4 or 5 years ago.
Okay.
Cool, we exchanged numbers. Everything was lit. Talk like it had sense. So, that following weekend, me and my homeboy, we decided to go out on the town or whatever, see what the city was giving. And so he hit me up. And so I went and pulled up on him.
Okay.
But my homeboy was with me. So he was like, what y'all about to do? We was like, we just, on the town, seeing what's going on. And he was like, I'll go with y'all. I was like, okay, cool. No problem. It seemed like it was cool. This boy got in the backseat and started just talking all kind of crazy ass shit out of his head. Like, I was like, the fuck wrong with this?
What kind of stuff was he talking?
He was just talking like weird stuff.
Weird stuff like what? And then you said y'all exchanged numbers before. Yeah. Was he not talking weird before?
But he was cool when I met him at the Underground. He was cool.
It sounded like y'all didn't talk that long at the Underground.
No, it was just like texting back and forth. Because I work all the time.
Got you.
So I'm not going to be on the phone with you all day. But, when he got with me.
Yeah.
And we was riding to the city or whatever. That's when he started talking like, my Lord is on the other side of town and stuff like that. And I was just like, what? Like, bro, you good? And so he was like, yeah. I was like, you know what? My homeboy looking at me while he driving like, what's in this back seat, bro? So I played it. I was like, I got a headache. You know what I'm saying? Can you go in the store and get me an aspirin and a Sprite? So when he went in the store, we left his ass.
Oh my God. So did this guy write you back?
No, I blocked him on everything.
Okay, so you blocked him after that?
Absolutely.
Okay. First things first, what do you feel you could have done differently in this situation? Like,
well, I was younger, just moved here to Atlanta, but now I'm older and I'm a little more wiser. So now for me, I don't mind dating on apps and things like that. But I got to really get to know you first before we even meet, link, any of those things. Because people are crazy these days.
People are real crazy.
Yeah, but I stay strapped. So.
Okay. And as far as, why did you decide to leave? But okay, he was talking crazy. Did you feel like your life was in danger? Like,
I'm an energy person. So I just felt like the vibe was off. I don't know what you finna go get into with us in my homeboy car. So I'm a Virgo. I like to be in control of my space. You know what I'm saying? So I wasn't in my car. I'm riding with somebody else. I don't want to put nobody else's life in jeopardy. So it's like, my first reaction was, ditch that bitch at the store. That's what we did.
Okay, and then you blocked him on everything.
Yeah, we don't need to talk.
Okay, well, I'm glad you learned from that. Yeah. Any other funny or crazy dating story?
Let's see. Same thing, kind of similar, happened to me in college.
Okay.
Like, I did the same thing. I was living in Birmingham, Alabama, and, you know, it can get pretty dirty there after midnight. So, I met this guy, and he looked nothing like his pictures on the apps.
This must have been a whole while back where you couldn't FaceTime, Google Duo, none of that.
Right.
Okay.
This is the early stage.
Okay.
I'm not gonna share my age.
Okay.
But yeah, this was the earliest stages of social media.
Gotcha. Okay.
And so we linked up, and I told him to meet me at this omelet shop.
This what shop?
Omelet shop in Birmingham.
Omelet. Oh, omelet. Okay, my bad. Okay.
And so I was like, we're gonna get something to eat, we're gonna chill. You know, when he went inside of the shop, shit, I drove off.
Okay, hold on. Okay, so when y'all back up a little bit, okay? So, okay, y'all got to the shop. Tell me, describe, like, you got the car, he got out the car, like, what was
out the car first.
Okay, what was looking different? Was the body looking different? Was the face
like he uploaded his teenage pictures. This motherfucker looked like he about 55, 60.
Oh my God.
And he looked like he was from the other side of the track.
So he was looking for little boys.
I don't know what he was looking for, but it wasn't me.
You see, but here's my thing though. Like, because a lot of people find themselves in that situation and they'll at least play the date out and see how the shit go. Tell me.
That's not me.
That's still not you to this day?
No.
You're not even going to tell them, like, you know, why you look different from your pictures?
I don't have time for that. Because you know you don't look like your...
I had a similar story and I played the date out. It was a horrible mistake though.
Okay.
Yeah, I had a similar experience.
Let me hear it.
So... I was on, where did I meet this guy? Was it POF? I think it was POF. And Plenty of foolishness. Because every time I get on that app, it's some bullshit.
It's definitely
or
nice.
Guys getting offended. I'm a transvestite and everything under the sun. It was bitch, I hate that site. But, so I met this guy. Well, first I met him on POF. And in the pictures, he looked like he worked out. He looked decent, you know what I'm saying? I can't remember because that was way back as well. You know what I'm saying? Like you could do like the video calling, but it wasn't. People weren't really on that then. But anyway, when I met him in person, we went out to eat. That's all we did because he was trying to get me to go to the movies in the hotel, but I was like, no, that's not gonna work. So when we got to the restaurant, he came out the car. Now, mind you. Me being a bigger girl, bigger than what I am now, I was definitely more lenient, but he was really scrawny compared to his pictures. And he was shorter than what his pictures also said. So,
gotcha.
You know, we went out to eat and it like I said, the conversation was okay until he started trying to rail it off to let's go to a hotel and trying to have, and it's like, oh hell, that's how I was like, you don't even look like your pictures, bro. I told him.
Wow.
Yeah, I'm like, you don't even look like your pictures. Like, how am I supposed?
Like the confrontation sometimes that come.
But sometimes people need that so they can know to change their shit. Like, you can't be tricking people out here.
Catfishing
at all. No. Like, what the fuck is that?
Yeah.
So no, I told him that he got in his feelings. Like I said, this was my son is 10, so this was my 13, 14 years ago, so I don't remember everything, but he got in his feelings.
Yeah, that's how.
And then I left him.
Yeah, that's how I was like with my dating story. Like, it's been so long ago. I've been in a whole relationship since then.
Yeah.
But I learned from that.
What did you learn?
I learned to assess people before you allow them to come in.
Assess in what way? Because we basically talking about how people look, but what are you talking about the first one? Because the second one, now, it looked like you just saw him and you was just on. No, you didn't want to assess to see if he had some businesses, some money, something.
No, I got my own.
What have you learned from? So let's say if you were in the same predicament now, umpteen years later.
Gotcha.
Okay, how would you handle the situation?
I'm probably gonna make you FaceTime me. We're gonna have to talk on.
Oh yeah, that's definitely.
That's a good way. Because people
to avoid that. But let's say we still was in the era where you couldn't do that shit, and you umpteen years older and you have the mindset that you have now. Do you think you would have at least confronted it in some type of way, or let the date play out to see how this man could be with your mindset now.
I'm more so open now. But in a sense, you know, I ain't too much of a change.
Too much of time. Well, okay. Oh man, because I'm gonna say, let's talk about your openness. How would you think you were open? How are you open now compared to back then?
I think you go through a lot when you experience past relationships and stuff.
Yeah.
And so you also want to take accountability for the shit you do. You got to look at yourself.
Yeah.
So when I did that and did inner work, mirror work, and stuff like that, it made me more open to how people work. Being counseling is my profession.
Got you.
I see everybody's perspective.
That's good.
That is good.
That's real.
For me.
That's good. I think I'm a little bit, it's crazy because now that I got older, I think I lean a little bit more towards your side. Like I used to play stuff out and see where things go. As soon as if I see something I don't like, I'm gonna let it be known why I'm out, but I'm out. Like, but you gonna know I'm out. Like I'm not just gonna like just.
You know, people be these days. It's like.
But you say strap though. Ghosting.
Yeah.
Okay.
Ghost them. That's it. You didn't get no explanation.
No, you don't ghost people. See, because like you said, you don't like the confrontation.
It's prevalent in 2020.
It is prevalent, but is it great though? Is it good? I mean,
it's not good for communication.
Yeah.
But I mean, if you're dating for long term,
yeah,
that's a different. You want to make sure you got open
communication. And that you just pointed out a really good point. If you dating for long term,
yeah,
you shouldn't ghost because you should practice. Okay, if you maybe you go on a date with the first date with somebody, maybe play it out. And then if you don't like them, just let them know.
You let them know
that you had a good time.
This is gonna work.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Let's think. Okay, counselor. Let me ask you this: How do you think you would tell somebody now that you don't think it's like working? Because a lot of people struggle with that.
Ooh, I'm so vocal with myself. So I expect to be transparent at all times. I would want to tell you face to face.
You would?
Yeah.
So you wouldn't send just a nice text message?
No, if we've been hanging out for a while.
Okay. I can respect that.
I want to tell you face to face.
Gotcha.
I don't want to tell you via phone. You know, things might get lost in translation.
What about just one date? One date.
Same thing.
Ooh, you strong, boy.
You gotta be strong.
Yeah, I'm gonna be strong through text message. That's what I'm gonna be. Why you gonna get that text message
what if it don't go through?
Well, damn. Well, if they hit me back.
And what if you see them again?
Okay, well then that's different. Okay, you know, but I'm saying, but okay, but the text message. Okay, but if the text message don't go through and he hit me back, then it's okay. Let me text it. Hey, did you get my other text? I noticed you didn't reply. You know what I'm saying? So one day I feel like a text message is cool, but like you said, if you've been hanging out with them for a while, or maybe y'all invested maybe a month or so, then I definitely agree with you. I think a vocal, like, hey, I don't think this is gonna go any further than where it's went. You know what I'm saying? Try to give the person some type of closure, because even with that month, some people need that closure. So
that's true. I think everybody see love differently. That's
true. Because some people will ghost and be like, well, I only knew him for a damn month. But it be like, damn. How you
It depends on how often you were hanging out with this person.
Yeah.
And the memories that y'all kind of created in that short period of time.
Yeah.
It can be hard for some people.
It can be hard for some people. And then for the ones where it's easy, I think they should consider people's feelings, especially if they want to be.
I always consider people's feelings.
But then you got some people who don't. Like, I was literally listening to this other podcast where a man was like, he was talking about the alpha and beta male aspect, and he was like, females don't like alpha males all the time. He's like, I play with the beta male shit. I'll romance them for a day and then I'll ignore them for 2-3 days. That sounds like some insecure. That's some insecure ass shit. You know what I'm saying? Like,
I think.
What do you think?
Males.
I would love your perspective on that.
Okay, I think that growing up in a household with all females, I know how women work.
Okay.
and how they're emotional. And sometimes, not all, they are sometimes like crosswired differently.
Yeah.
A man sees things like
black and white.
one way.
Yeah, they're really black and white.
So when you're trying to get these two to intertwine, there's got to be a lot of compromise.
It definitely has to be a lot of compromise, but to the story I brought up, what do you think about a man who moves like that? You really like a female.
Mm-hmm.
You really like a female, and like I said, you show her affection and attention, and then you pull that away from that female, like you playing with her emotions.
Yeah.
To me, that sounds like an insecure man, especially when he equated it to the alpha and beta male thing.
Gotcha.
Like, what the hell is that?
Or it could be that guy is just like keeping his options open.
That's what it definitely sounds like.
You gotta know which one is the one for you. I always feel like a guy would get right for the person he wants.
I agree, but how he put it though, like I said, I think you heard how he put it though.
A little egotistical.
Very egotistic. Like why you want to play with somebody's emotions like that? To me, that sounds like insecurity. Like for you to feel like, okay, let me see. And then for him to put in the alpha beta male, like I felt like that was totally off too.
Yeah.
Because you're not a beta male for romancing your female. Why the hell is that considered beta?
It shouldn't be.
It shouldn't be. That makes no sense. So I just
you don't have to be so macho all the time.
Right. Like no man has to be macho.
I think he's still searching for the one. Because for the right one.
I think he is.
Do all of that.
Yeah.
Unless it was done to him before.
It could have been done to him before. Yeah. It could have. Because women also play that card. Most of the time when women play that card, I think is what you just said. They searching for the right one, or they don't know what they want. They think they want a relationship, but they so used to toxicity, that they pull away from somebody who can bring them stability, which is rooted in not knowing yourself, but also when you really discover more and you peel back the layers, there's a lot of insecurity there because of the unstableness that they experience and that they know of.
I agree.
So, I just wanted your opinion on that. So I have another segment in my podcast where I ask my guests questions. Got my little plan for keeps cards. So my first one for you is, what is your favorite non-sexual act of intimacy? Non-sexual.
I would say, I guess, kissing, flirting.
Kissing
is considered sexual, right?
Kind of, but not really. So what's your love language?
All of them.
What's your top two? People usually have a top two.
Gifts. Receiving gifts.
Okay. So again, I'm gonna ask you the question again. So, what is your favorite non-sexual act of intimacy?
Okay. Well, bring me a gift.
Bring you a gift?
Yeah.
You probably need to be a nice gift tied to your personality and what they think you would like.
Yeah.
That's intimacy, believe it or not.
Yeah.
I'm thinking of you and all that stuff and getting you that gift.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. What is your idea of a healthy relationship? You might need to think on that one.
What is a healthy relationship? I think a healthy relationship consists of two people that really communicates with each other, who are really connected, in sync with each other, and a healthy couple that balance each other.
Okay.
I
agree with all of those, except for the in sync, because two people will never be in sync. I think a healthy relationship is two people who constantly try and don't give up on each other.
You don't think they can be in sync?
They can be in sync with each other, but people gonna be out sync sometimes. Everybody.
I disagree.
Oh, let's talk about it.
I disagree with that.
Really?
Yeah, because you have those couples that they met each other maybe in high school. Mm-hmm. They've been inseparable ever since then. Kudos.
Being inseparable is different from being in sync, though.
But they can look at each other and they can know something is wrong with that person.
That's what you mean by in
being
sync.
in sync, in alignment with each other. Like,
Okay.
I know something is off. Let me call babe. Something like that.
Got you. Okay. And then my last question, how does one get respect in a relationship?
That has to be from the beginning.
Let's talk about your perspective on that from the beginning.
You gotta have respect from the beginning.
Yeah, absolutely. But how does one get respect in a relationship from the beginning?
Setting clear boundaries at the beginning.
Yes.
And making sure that you're both persistent with not overstepping those boundaries.
How does one do that when they want to be in sync with a person? How does one do that when they want to please a person and it might interfere with their boundary? How would you say a couple should work through that?
Put the issue out on the table first.
Okay.
And let's talk about it. What type of solution that we both agree on, what we come up with. And I think just practicing on that.
That's a fact.
You gotta be persistent.
That's true. I like that. Well, grandeur boss. Lord, it's supposed to be my homeboy, and I'm messing his name up. Thank you so much for coming on the show today.
I love you.
I love you too, hon.
I appreciate it.
Welcome. All right, and until next time, guys.